I do believe we're alive, so I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me, this space with me, this moment with me today. I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time to be here. Genuinely, it means the world. You mean the world. And I can't say that enough, but I'm gonna I'm gonna try to. I wanna talk today about plan Bs. Not the birth control plan B, just plan Bs in general. I had a phone call with Christian today, and I I was detecting a bit of concern in his voice. And when I hear concern in someone else's voice, then instantly it puts me in a little bit of a state of concern as well. But I was listening to what he was saying, and I knew that he had a little bit of a chat with my dad. What was it now? 3 days ago? 3 days ago. He had a proper sit down and a conversation with my dad as a result of that as well. And I was streaming for most of that time, so I didn't actually get to hear what they had to say to one another. Hey, Kira Burr, thank you for joining us, my beloved friend. It's so nice to have you here, genuinely. And I knew they were having conversations, but I didn't know what they were having conversations about, so it was a little bit of a mystery, if you will. And I wanted to talk about that with him as well, but I left before I could have a proper conversation. Kling, thank you for joining us, my friend. Good morning to you. It's so nice to have you here, genuinely. Ermias Blur, friends. Ermias Blur. God uplifts peace, love, unity, and respect. Good morning, Mariah. Thank you for joining us as well, my friend. Okay. So I knew my dad and Christian had this conversation amongst themselves, and I didn't have a chance to pry, if you will. So I prepared for my meditation today, and I'm like trying to take a little bit of downtime slash rest, like purely rest instead of just meditation beforehand. And as I'm getting into that restful state, I see Christian calls me. And my first reaction is like, I'm trying to rest, tell myself a little story. I'm like, you know what? No, this phone call is being made. If you don't receive it, then this phone call won't be received. So, made the decision, answered the phone call, had a bit of a chat, talked about how the last few days have been, told each other that we missed each other, asked, about what him and my dad had a conversation about. And hey, zijn broeders. Hey, kom hier zo. Ek weet jy wil op die gras wees, maar moet jy vir die mense wys. Jy het vir die mense my puppietjie wys. Ek het my puppietjie. My puppertjie pupper. Wat 'n woutertjies. Okay. Okay. So, and then I hear this concern in his voice. He has these almost like a narrative that he wants to solve, wants to get through. And he tells me that my dad, if anything, worries about me when it comes to a plan B, is what Christian says to me. And as soon as he says that word to me, as soon as I hear the words plan B, my mind runs through this whole, scenario. I want to make art. I've been drawing. I'm writing a book. Haven't finished it yet. I want to do this as a fundamental career. I want to be able to be creative and expressive. And I'm thinking about all of these things. And technically, even though they are could be considered plan Bs in my mind of different things that we can do that isn't this, all of them in my mind fell under the same umbrella of creativity. It fell under the same umbrella of I want to be able to express myself. And if I had to find a plan B that is outside of that, I want to call it spectrum. If I had to find a plan B that was going to rob me of my ability to be creative in my life, then I don't want a plan B. And then I hear myself saying this, and I imagine being a parent and hearing these words from my own child. He finds something that he loves to do, and he's like, this is it, no plan Bs. And it's so difficult for me to think about that in the context of my father. And yet within myself, the amount of certainty that you friends have helped me consolidate, the amount of love that we share in this space, has shown to me without a shadow of a doubt that this is something that I value more than anything in my life. Being able to share, being able to create with one another, being able to co-create and open up a space in which we can share. No matter where we are in the world, we can open up this space and see one another, hear one another out. And previously, I wanna say in my youth, I like doing things, and I like committing to something as soon as I start doing it. But I would start doing something, commit to it for 2 weeks, a month, 2 months at most, and then I would get bored. I'd be like, okay, this thing I really enjoy. This thing is what I'm gonna do. This thing is what's important to me, and I get involved in it, and I enjoy the novelty of learning something new. And then as soon as I reach some sort of point of saturation, I lose interest. I lose the ability, I lose the drive, I lose the want to do that thing continually. It has been the same way with jobs. It's been the same way with trying to be creative in certain fields. Like I find myself losing interest, and it's concerning. And I feel you friends probably have experiences as well. I don't know if it's concerning in the way where like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, but it's concerning in a way where we feel, what am I supposed to do if I don't enjoy the things that I try to do? And when it comes to this space, when it comes to what we're doing here in this moment right now, it's something that I've actually been enjoying to do. It's been something that has been true to me. It's been something that I feel inspires me to be a better person. It inspires me to take care of myself a little bit more thoroughly. It inspires me to think about things with a depth that I've never thought about things before. It inspires me to listen more thoroughly with the intent to learn things and to be able to share them again with you friends. And that energy, that feeling, that inspiration, I don't I don't even want to consider something other than that. I don't want to have a plan B when it comes to the context of something that we found has value. It's like, digging for a bunch of gold, and then that there is, let's say 2 grams to 7 grams per ton of dirt, as you're digging, and you're like saving all of this dirt because there is a little bit of gold in the dirt, and then suddenly you hit a gold bedrock, just a solid. I know that doesn't work that way. This is just my imagination. This is the way I see it in my brain. You hit a solid slab of gold, just straight up solid slab of gold, like as far as you can look, as far as you keep digging, it's just more solid slab of gold. And then instead of being absolutely invested, enthralled, ecstatic about your find, you're like, okay, guess there's no more dirt left here. Let's move on to a different place and get more dirt. I feel I've been getting dirt for so long. And now, finally, here in this moment, we're getting bars of gold. And even if I have to, sleep next to the street, if I can have these bars of gold, I'm going to be enriched, no matter what. And I genuinely feel that way. Amma, thank you for joining us. Amarillo, it's so nice to have you here, my yellow friend. Love to you. Greetings. Much love to everyone. Much love to you, Melita. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Genuinely. I rode the bicycle for 3 hours straight today, but stopped at random spots to look at beautiful nature and interesting stone symbols on buildings. looking around. Oh goodness, makes me emotional just thinking about it. 3 hour bike ride sounds amazing, Melita. The amount you must have seen. Today's meditation session was very much in that kind of context as well. Yesterday's meditation session, I felt very stable, very calm, very zen, for what that word is worth. And today I was just restless. I couldn't stop moving. Mariah, friends, you lovely bars of gold. You lovely bar of gold. You show fun. Thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice to have you here. And today, goodness, I couldn't sustain one perspective for I feel longer than 5 minutes. I was constantly moving, looking at Peppy run around next to my feet, hanging down, upside down, touching her, looking at the world as upside down, imagining the roots, how they would grow if they were penetrating into my visual field in the same way that the branches and the, physical trees are. And looking at leaves, touching the leaves, moving about, seeing Puppy kind of run away from ants, genuinely getting kind of fascinated with how different plants, different species of plants were kind of competing for resources coming out from underneath the rock. And I was just moving, from perspective to perspective to perspective, looking at things. Just as you're saying, Lita, looking at things. And if you genuinely look at things, you see more. I was looking at the clouds as well, and it was like I was defocusing my eyes a little bit. And as I was defocusing, my field of vision became mostly blue, and the clouds I was seeing became a little bit of a blurry mess, melting into the rest of the blue. And then as I refocused my eyes, all of the detail, all of the information that was there is constantly there. All of the beauty that was there to be experienced was experienced again. And it just in that moment again was just this reminder of how we actively defocus when it comes to our lives, the beauty that we see actively in our lives. And we become hyper focused on ideals, these okay, if this and this happens, then something, like I'm thinking in the context of my parents. Like, if I get a job, get a house, get a car, and a wife and kids, are they going to be happy? Are they going to love me more? Are they going to be calmer about my life and about the experience that I'm having at the moment? I don't know. I don't know. And I've had this conversation with my mom. I was going through a little bit of an emotional time this year, just feeling like a failure. Feeling like what we're doing in this space, what we've been trying to do, what we believe in, isn't a worthy cause, isn't something that I should be dedicating my entire life to. And I was thinking about this and just thinking about my mom and what her perspective of what it is we're doing here must be. Her perspective of me, her perspective of, what she thought I would be as a son, when she was raising me. And I apologized. I said, sorry, mom, for not being what you might have expected. Something in that context. And my mom calls me. Sorry. My mom calls me and she tells me that she knows, that she sees the amount of bullshit that's happening in the world right now. She understands that things aren't the way that they've always been, especially not the way they've been when she was growing up, when she got married. And she sympathizes with all of us, with me as well, with the amount of difficulty that we go through as young people in this life, the amount of societal expectation, the amount of turmoil when it comes to just figuring out how to be a human being, and then on top of that, having all of these expectations. I love my mom so much. She settled it with me that she doesn't expect anything of me. She's not disappointed. She doesn't want me to be anything that I'm not. And I feel, in ways, being something you're not is you creating this plan B for yourself. If the self I want to be isn't desirable to this world, then my plan B would be to become a different self, a different ego, a different interpretation, experiencer of this reality. And it robs us of our ability to be ourselves. It robs us of our own divinity. It robs us of our creativity. It robs us of the fingerprint that we've been given just by being, trying to be something we're not. No! No, no, Ron! Ai, já vou botar. Eu vou ter. She's so curious about the world. I think she's significantly more curious than Kiki was at her age. As a puppy. Come here, come here. She's curious, but she's not intrigued. Is that the right way to say it? She's intrigued, but she's not curious. I think maybe that's the right way to say it. She's a little sweetheart. What an experience it was just watching her as well. I was watching her, imagining what her vision was looking like or experiencing, because she was kind of in the grass. So I was imagining, the horizon kind of on my eye level. And then she was like looking through the little grasses and getting closer to them, putting her face through the pieces of grass, trying to bite them. She's really fascinated by the chickens as well. She hasn't been fascinated enough to get close to them, the chickens and the geese. Hopefully, there's some sort of internal memory that remembers stuff like that. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. It sounds amazing. Much, the Yukira verb. Also, had a random communication with people, had random communications with people, and they resonated with my feeling pure and happy vibe that they would even comment on it. There we go. I mean, and after the experience you had yesterday, the journey that you've went on, I feel there's no other way. It makes me happy to know that it literally radiates, shines from your very being, Melita. Morning, y'all. Red Clicker. I've missed you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. How have you been? How's the family been? The plan B in their vision is in the scope of their perspective of the world, while you essentially already have plan. Yeah, like quite literally. Melita, like no jokes, friends. I have ideas that is not even technologically possible right now. And I understand that, I understand the things that I want to do in my future is not exactly possible yet. It's not exactly possible yet. But I shouldn't be discouraged. I shouldn't give up now because things aren't possible yet. And that's why we started as early as we have. I feel we are in the infancy of what the internet could be as well. Technically, we've been experiencing the infant version of the internet. We have extremely high inputs when it comes to sound and vision, but we have extremely low inputs when it comes to, typing, for example, or interacting with a computer interface. If we can genuinely utilize our minds, our creativity in a way that we can express things in real time, imagine just for a second, picture a world in which, as fast as you can think something, as fast as you can visualize something in your mind, you can visualize it in a medium that you can share with someone else. So, for instance, I'm seeing this. It almost looks like a thorn that's like coming out, and then this thorn kind of goes into this base that flattens out, and then it goes back into what almost looks like another thorn, but a very short one. I don't know what that is, but as soon as I closed my eyes, I could see it. you know, and then in trying to explain it to you, we're trying to visualize it together. But that's just a rough example. If we could be able to show people things that's going on inside of our minds, it would be amazing. And I genuinely believe it's not that far off. And when I say it's not that far off, I'm saying like in the next 20 years. And in my mind, in my understanding of this world, 20 years is not that much to me. You know, sure, I'll be in my 40s, but to my mind, to my current experiencer, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, little fly. I mean, like, oh, I guess 20 years is gonna be, you know, not that fun to wait out, but I'm going to be here for the next as long as I'll be here. And if it's gonna take 20 years for me to be there, then so be it. You know, there's nothing we can do other than be here now. And unfortunately, in my parents' perspective, that is a very difficult pill to swallow. You know, like if I tell my parents that I think the job that I am training to do is only going to be available in 15, 20 years, then they're like, no, 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 no. That's an excuse. I'm like, it isn't. Is it an excuse? What are we doing right now, friends? What are we practicing? We're practicing communication on a level that I've never been expected to communicate. In this space, I've had to actively communicate. You know, I've had one stream where we spent some time in silence, and that stream was amazing as well. But for most of these streams, we're constantly generating information. We're constantly talking. We're constantly sharing a perspective, an idea. What's the word someone used yesterday? We're exploratory, right? And that constant exploration, that constant seeking of, is an exercise of of all of our minds. This fly is so chill. He's like literally just look at how close my finger can get to him. My dude, oh, just because I don't want to kill you doesn't mean you have to know that. Stop it, little asshole. He's like, hey, you're not gonna hurt me, oh. I'm like sitting on your hand, you're not doing anything. Hey, Nova, thank you for joining us, brother there. How are you doing, man? How have you felt? I hope you've been feeling better since yesterday. Oh, good morning, Red. Why is the audio? He's just chilling, dude. Nova, that little dude was just chilling. He's like, oh, wait. Taste my skin a little bit. Tastes kind of nice. Just chill some more. Okay, yeah. I've been feeling way better. I'm so happy to hear that, man. I think there's a little puppy coming here in the back. Can you see her? Yes, you can. I said, Peps. I said, Pepperki. Like, she's so free. She's so, you know, her own little a person when it comes to her exploration of this world. I feel Kiki, you know, was literally weeks older than her before she actually became a little bit curious about her environment. I cycled through my creative outlets. It's still being, it's still being, and music, then drawing, then painting, then reading, but that's okay. There is no set way of how life is supposed to go. Singing, okay, thank you. I was about to like still being and music. I was like, yes, I'm still being. I get you. Thank you, Amma, for letting me know. I do the same thing. I also cycle. And as you're saying, there's nothing wrong with that. It's completely okay. But when we cycle, when we feel in a moment uninspired by something, it can drive us away from it to the point where we don't cycle back to it. And that feeling, that happening, that possibility, I don't necessarily think it's intimidating, but it's not exactly inspiring. There's another puppy that wants to come outside, so I'm going to go and save him from the house. He's making little baby sounds. I said, "Look, Dad. I said, look, Daddy. I said, look, Daddy. Oh yeah, you're coming, so you're both there. Ow! Hey, 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 hey. I shall go. He's trying to eat my ring. He's biting all around it. Hey, relax. He just wants to bite the other dog. He's a little monster. Hey, hey, stop it. Instantly goes back to bullying. Like he is, I think, 2 or 3 weeks younger than she is. So he's getting rolled. Like he's just straight up getting rolled by Beppy. Yeah, go and play a little bit. Instantly goes to being rolled. Let me see what Nova said, sorry. Feeling way better. My friend said he killed 2 mosquitoes. And he made them face each other and look at each other. And then he said to me that the mosquito disappeared. And he was like, holy shit, that's scary. I'm scared. What? Are you in a countryside? I am, Nova. Look at this little pupper, so cute. Like they're like this poor little dude is like trying to find, safe harbor with me right now. He's also eating my shit, which is not beneficial. Stop eating my shit, you little monster! You little monster! Stop eating my hands, you little fucker! Look at those little puppers, so cute. How do you get weed? Do you grow it? I do, Nova. I grow my own marijuanas. I'm my own marijuana. You should show us the crop someday. The problem, Nova, is that if I were to show you the crop, we would instantly drop out of Wi-Fi range. So that is the biggest caveat. Ouch! 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 Stop biting me! Ouch! 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 Oh! Oh! Look at those little legs. He'll put you down. I'm still singing. Thank you again, Amma, for joining and for sharing with us. Crispy Chip. Hey, man. No plan B needed. Just do what you want now and can change your mind whenever you want. I agree with that, Crispy. And not only is that the case, but if I change my mind because other people want me to, then I'm going to forever be in that state of mind of like, what if I actually listen to myself? What if I actually believed in myself enough to continue with what I believe in? And that I would not want to ever live with that feeling, that reality. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bully Hombiki. I make plans just so I can break plans. Mixed to death. I haven't done that too much, but I do get that feeling. Well, that I do understand, brother. Hey, 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 relax, relax, Picky. Stop, Picky, resto. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Asha, mas, mas. Asha, mas, 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 mas. Asha, mas, 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 mas. Asha, mas, mas, mas. Asha, mas, mas. Asha, mas, mas. Asha, mas, mas, mas. I have her semi-pinned on her back, and she's biting my fingers. And this dude is eating my pashmina. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. I should whoop that. Hey, oh, stop. Stop. Ay, 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 ay. No. No, not that. Stop eating my shit. Stop eating my shit, yo. Good morning to you, Auntie. Thank you for joining us. Northern Lolo is here as well. Hope everybody had a fantastic day. Northern Lolo, thank you for joining us. I hope you had an amazing day as well. or that you will have an amazing day. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Want to escape? Or you want to eat my pants? No. No eating the pants. No. No, no. Goes straight, like, it has to eat something. I think that's maybe like his default mind state is like, oh, you know, I'm alive. I'm breathing. Something needs to be chewed. I don't care what needs to be chewed, but something is getting chewed. Mark my words. I have so many little hairs on me as well. And this little dog is right back for more. Cannot escape. Stop eating my shit, yo. Stop eating my shit. What's the more shit? Lolo, again, thank you for joining us. Do you prefer to see the room over an apartment? Hey, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. It seems so peaceful. Do you prefer this over a room in an apartment? More holes in my pants. This little dude's terrorizing me. Puppy, cry home. Cry home, puppy, cry home. Cry home, puppy. Yes, Nova. It's not that I prefer one or another. You know, both of them have their places. But where I am right now is nice. Let me say it that way. You know, and I appreciate where I am right now. Meltmore, what happened to that lady you were talking to, if you don't mind me asking? What lady? That lady you were talking to that don't mind me asking. What lady exactly? Sorry, Nova. What is spirituality? My friend described that as being more sensitive to energy, and your intuition will be more dominant, and it can be wisdom as well. No, spirituality, spirituality to me, at least, Nova, is the pursuit of what God is. If religion is a consolidated understanding of what God is, spirituality is the pursuit of what God is, because we don't know, you know. And I think that's one of the biggest things that the spiritual understanding is aware of, is that we don't know. You know, we don't know anything, but we can explore and we can find information for ourselves, and we can listen, and we can live in the felt fact of our immediate experiences. And that is what I believe spirituality is, at least. Good morning, Cling Sister. It's an amazingly foggy morning. Ooh, are you gonna stream that? It sounds amazing, Aunt B. Same, I like to have a plan. Doesn't mean I have to stick to it. There we go, there we go. These dudes are just like going at it. So, my friend isn't spiritual, he's just sensitive to energy and is basically an empath. I feel a lot more empaths are being born as of late as well, Nova. Do you consider yourself an empath? I'm curious, actually. You always give me something to ponder. Spoons. That is a compliment if I've ever had one. Thank you so much. You know, pondering things, at least for me, is very much a fun pastime. I like thinking about stuff. You want to see what these little monsters are doing? They're like, huh, neat. Yes, something to destroy. All of those broken bits of the leaves. Them. They're there's something wrong with these dogs. Like, there's just something manic in their brains. It's just like, yes, I'm gonna kill this thing a little bit. I love them. I love them so freaking much. Where are you taking that thing? Where are you taking it? Something needs to be destroyed. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it came from. I don't care who it was before I got it. Now it's getting destroyed. Jack Russell 101. I think I might have missed some, Nova. So my friend isn't spiritual. Wait a second. Oh, he's just an empath. I've already done one. Give me something to ponder. Sister, I slept okay, better than the last few days at least. I hope you slept soundly too. I'm so happy to have woken up in time for Melt stream though. Cling. Maybe I'll start doing the streams a little bit later, my friend. Maybe. Big maybe. Like the biggest problem is the light. That's the biggest problem. But we'll see. Maybe we'll just do more streams. Oh Melt, oh Kling. Genuinely thank you for being here with us. It's always a blessing having you here. I hate to miss the Melt stream, but I don't want to pass up a foggy morning walk. No, Aunt B, you go and share, the foggy morning as well. Thank you for being here for even a second, sweet Melt. You can always watch after. Enjoy your moment. There we go. Oh, Melt, that's beautiful. I'm thankful you had that conversation with your mom. Thank you, friends. Thank you for having these conversations with me. Thank you for being willing to listen to these conversations. Ponder them, consider them in the context of our own kids one day, our own kids right now. Who knows? Just thank you, friends, for being here with me. Golden Trunks is here again. So glad you're outside again. So glad you're here with us again, Golden Trunks. Thank you, Brother Bear. How have you been? No, I don't consider myself an empath, although I am sensitive as I get hurt, especially when I'm ignored or not noticed, or when people don't pay attention to me when I am there. Nova, do you feel that's a common occurrence? And, if that is the one thing that is going to piss you off, why do you think it keeps happening? Are the questions that I have. They're coming to my head. I don't know if I'm getting hay fever right now. Hopefully not. Feeling the pain you feel due to the parents' expectations, but we're individuals as well as the parents are, and should listen to our inner voice and not conform to anyone else's. Absolutely. Thank you so much for saying the same, Melita. I appreciate you so much, my friend. Okay, I have to get into this one with this little Bobby Bobba. Oh, so much, 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 much. Oh, so much, 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 much. Oh, so much, much. Thank you for joining us, Toasty Malosty. Oh, so much. Oh, so much, much. Oh, so much, much. Oh, so much, much, much. Oh, so much, much. To be so oblivious. So oblivious. Oh, the most oblivious thing ever. Oh, yeah, so oblivious. So stupid. So unaware. So unaware. Who's the most unaware? So unaware. You don't even know. You don't even know anything. Just like me. Just like me. Yeah. Just like me. I don't also know anything. Oh, this little dude. You freaking adorable little monster, you. You are too sweet. Mm. Mm. Good morning, Toasty, again. Dude, it's so nice having you here, man. I struggle with this a lot as well. It's, I think, a universal struggle, Kling. That's why it's important for us to talk about these things, to feel into them together. We're not alone. We are genuinely not alone. Probably because most of my childhood I was alone and didn't have friends and I was bullied. And it was a common occurrence. Now it just happens when I'm around my family. Okay. Oh, ouchie, ouchie, ouch. It only happens when you're around your family. How much time do you spend around your family in that case, Nova? Yes. This little dog is still a little bit floppy. Much, 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 much. Much, much, much. This little dude. This little dude. This little dude is so little. And Pippi is just chewing on my phone stand right now. Your connection is good today. I'm happy to hear that, friend. I don't know if it's my connection. It might be. But I've seen that the Reddit seems to be a little bit wonky. If you want the bestest of connections, we have a like YouTube live going on at the same time. The quality is significantly better and also horizontal melt more. If you search that in YouTube, you should be able to find us. Is our baby goose friends all grown up? All of them are grown up, Toasty. You know, I saw them as a little, like, goslings, you know, and now they're all these adults. It's kind of trippy. I only think three of them made it to adulthood though, so I don't know what happened while I was gone. Mm. Oh goodness, yes, the goosies. I bet they're building their goose army. That they are doing, Jovan. They're still a little bit hissy, even though they don't have any babies left. But I guess that's just gooses 101. I used to be common occurrence in school, but I don't go to school anymore. Not much time is spent with them. I rarely go to visit, maybe twice every 2 weeks. When it does happen, I'm hurt by it. And like in a normal friend group, do you feel the same thing happens, Nova? That's the questions I have. Ah, ah, ah. Stop eating my shit. I don't think you can eat that much though. Is your house big? Uh, I guess traditionally you could say that, but it's also what we call a farmhouse. So it's not exactly beautifully built, but it has a roof. You know, it has a roof, it has rooms, it has plumbing. So there's not much we can complain about, Nova. What are you drinking, my dude? I'm drinking water. I'm drinking some water. Your answer reminds me when my father asked me what I want to do when I grow up, in a frustrating way, and I answered back frustratingly with something that doesn't exist yet. But I didn't know what I was referring to back then. It's true, friends. Like there are going to be jobs in our future that you could be qualified, perfectly qualified for, that does not exist right now. And allow yourself that, you know, allow yourself, even if it's not the truth, allow yourself to at least think that. Know that there is something for us to do in this plane of existence, for every single one of us. You want to climb on my lap again? Fine, 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 fine. Oh, we have a Peppy joining us as well. Okay, she's just going to lay on the side. I do feel the same thing, especially because I do try to make friends. I'm usually ignored. It makes friends, and I'm kind of painful, so I don't really make friends. I only have one online. Nova, this is how we train, dude. We're like doing boot camping right now. Ba-dum-bum. Learning how to communicate, you know, thinking about new and interesting ideas, figuring out what we can say about these new and interesting ideas, dude. So we're getting good. We're getting better. I also don't have many friends. I think I have, you know, like three really good friends here in South Africa. I mean, that's not a lot. That's really not a lot. It's really, really not a lot. But that's okay. You know, we don't need that many friends. We just need a few real ones. I just be myself, and I don't think my personality is that fun, to be honest. Nova, from what I've experienced, you know, I don't think you have an unpleasant personality. Maybe, maybe if anything, you know, you say things when it might not be appropriate. And this is complete conjecture, of course, Nova. And like, tell me if what I'm saying resonates a little bit. But maybe that would be the thing that we have to figure out. You know, it's just how to say less when when it's appropriate to, right? I'm the type of person who says random ass things and just be honest with how I feel when I look at things. I can see into your brain, Nova. I don't know you, but I feel I have gotten to know you a little bit, my friend. You're so good. You're so okay. You know, like we're gonna find people that can tolerate us in the way that we are as well. We just have to be balanced individuals as much as we can be. These little dogs have had fleas, and I've definitely been fleed up as well. But I love these little dudes too much to not. Thanks, Meltmore. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate you, dude. I listen to you. I pay attention, man. Know that you are worthy of that. Absolutely. What are you drinking? What is one referring back to? I just deleted my Insta account. Whoop woo! Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Congratulations, dude. Instagram is not the vibe. Reddit is where it's at. Take them to the vet. No, we just have to, wash them a bunch. Goodness. And maybe, use some dip on them. Oh, oh, oh! There's a puppy. There's a puppy. He's digging my dick right now. I'm sorry for being so blunt with it, but he's like literally going for it. No, no, dude, you need to give me some space. He's just like, come on, bro, come on, come on, come on, come on, give me that sweet seed. Come on, come on, come on. Stop eating my fingers. Stop eating my fingers, you little monster, you. You little cute little thingy thing. It's crazy to me how this little being is completely oblivious to the power differential between me and him. Like imagine if you were being handled, like I'm handling this little dude, like articulating his little head around, picking him up, maneuvering him a little bit the way that I want to. He doesn't seem too bothered by it. If you as a human being had to be held by something else and it was missioning you around like that. And this thing is like, yeah, I'm gonna just hurt this. Ow! 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 I'm just gonna hurt this big old monster that's holding on to me. What's he gonna do? Hurt me back? Nah. Nah. He can't do any of that. There's no way that he's gonna do any of that. Doesn't even have it as a frame of reference in his little brain. I never will. Hi, puppy. Hi, my puppy king. I think Puppy is a little bit jealous. She's like giving me the stink eye from the side here. Ermias plur, Nova. Ermias plur. The peaceful purple plants. Aren't they beautiful? I really appreciate your random quirkiness. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Like this is what it's about, man. I also feel sometimes I'm a little bit socially awkward or difficult to be around, Nova. You're not alone in that either, my friend. Must be tough being a popo. Also, animals like cats and dogs are apparently born to aid humans. I don't know about born to aid us. I feel maybe is compatible with us. Like we domesticated dogs, but there's a theory that cats domesticated themselves, which is pretty cool as well. Too much distraction. I agree. Not just that, but Instagram is a little bit sensationalized. It focuses on sensationalism. I'm definitely socially awkward. Me too. Me too, Nova. It's okay, brother babe. It's completely okay to be a little bit socially awkward. Thank you for the silver, friend. When it rains, thank you for joining us. Fun parallel take on the title incoming. Just got here. Fun parallel take on the title incoming. About the Plan B thing. Please do share. Please do share. TikTok is very sexualized and I hate it. It's crazy, dude. It's so crazy, and it's expecting young teens to kind of cater to that algorithm as well. If you want to blow up, then you have to cater to that content, and that's the biggest thing that I have a problem with. So a permaculture festival I volunteer with calls the entrance the portal, and it's symbolic of walking through and transforming your thoughts and viewpoints. I love that when it rains. Thank you for sharing that with me. Actually, the portal would take a good look at people and the gross stuff. It's disgusting. Yeah, you're right, Nova. TikTok is a little bit bad. And Reddit can be bad as well. Technically, every single platform that's attached to the internet can be pretty bad. But it's also about what you're looking for. Aiden is here with us again. Thank you for joining us, brother bear. It's so nice to have you here. How are you doing, man? Is this like a cult? Digital aftermath? No. And we've had this question so many times. A cult fundamentally wants us, expects of us, if you will, to deify either an individual, or it expects us to deify some sort of God entity, and then because of our deification of this God entity as a collective, we get into this kind of group. But for one, I don't think that there's a deity outside there somewhere. I believe every single one of us is fundamentally that. And in that, I cannot be deified either, because if I had to be deified, then every single other one of us had to be deified as well. No cults here, my friend. We're just human beings in this way, God in the experiencer way. And we have to be aware of both sides and be respectful of one another as if we're both sides as well. Mm, I open TikTok. Dude, I'm not gonna read these messages, Nova, because they're upsetting me a bit, dude. I don't like talking about stuff like this. Yeah, I like, if I'm gonna read it, I'm going to see it in my mind, and I like skimmed over it for a split second, and I saw some of it, so I'm not going to continue reading it, Nova, because I don't want any of it, man. I don't want any of it. My bad, that upset me too. No, it's okay, dude. It's okay. You see, I see certain things, and I know certain things will upset me, so I'm not going to allow them to upset me. It's just what I'm saying. And thank you for being aware and understanding of that as well. A highly curated, photoshopped, and consumer-driven highlight reel is an easy thing to become obsessed with. There we go. That's Instagram. I'm so happy that you put it so perfectly as well, Toasty. I get where you're coming from. You imagine it too. Yeah, yeah. And I don't even imagine it just as it is. I also have a sister that is 14 years old, so I think of it from that context and that perspective as well. It's very difficult for me to not get triggered about stuff like that. No, definitely not. Just Mel sharing his thoughts. There we go. Thank you, friend, for being here and listening with me, Clint. It means the world. He's just super articulate. Thank you, Toasty. I'm happy you friends think that. Genuinely, sometimes I feel like I am so stupid. Like I think about the things I've said, the things I've tried to explain. I'm like, you cannot, you cannot explain these things. You just sound like an absolute insane person. And then reading the messages like that, just like, thank you, Toasty. Thank you so much, dude. You mean the world, brother bear. Oh, sorry, man. No, no sorries, no sorries. Just thank you for understandings. That's the way we do it, Nova. Has he ever read our comments? I'm reading your comments. I am I'm just reading them 26 minutes late. I'm sorry. Aaron! Goodness, Aaron! I've missed you so much, my friend. Thank you for joining us again, dude. How have you been? Veva is here as well. Hello to all of the Hello to all, hello world. I can't save or solve all problems, but the minimum I do is sending my prayers, love, friendship, and good vibes. Thank you, Veve. Sending the exact same thing back. That's what we can do, when we're doing that at least. It's okay, we're all stupid to be at least. We understand you and where you come from. Thank you, Nova. What is your favorite drink, Meltmore? Water. If I had to give you, if I had to say or conceptually think with data driven results what my favorite drink is, water. Absolutely, because I drink water in excess in comparison to very limited amounts of soda drinking, beer drinking, wine drinking, juice drinking. But if I had to drink something that's not water, I would probably drink juices, like it's freshly squeezed grapefruit juice. Literally makes me feel like I'm on fire. It and then I might have been having an allergic reaction to it, but I absolutely love that. Oh, I feel like I'm a crazy person explaining this. So, after I drink a full glass of grapefruit juice, my skin feels irritated, like itchy almost, and I have these hot flushes happening in my face, like I'm getting heated. And juice is not supposed to make you feel like that, but it very much does. And for some reason, I absolutely love it. Apple juice. Okay, that's not normal at all. Yeah, I know, Nova. I know it's not normal, and yet it's very enjoyable. You must be allergic. It's either allergies or it's just bioavailability, because grapefruit has this compound in it. I've forgotten the name of it. that increases the bioavailability of pretty much everything in your body. Oh my goodness, there's two Toasty. It's crazy, bro. What are their names? The one is Simpson. The one is Simpson. This one on my lap is Simpson, and the other one is Peppy. Peppy Longstockings, we call her. Happy last day of 2021, Mel. Technically, it is the day before the last day, I believe, Aaron, still. Something I must understand why people think they're better. Something I don't understand is why people think they're better than others. They think they're better than others because of, societal understanding of what success is. So if you live a life of comfort, if you've a certain amount of money, and as a result of the money you have, you can afford certain quality, of life upgrades, if you will, and other people aren't allowed the same luxuries, you consider yourself better than them because you have things that they don't. And it's fundamentally flawed as a way of thinking, obviously. But because of our societal understanding of what success is, if someone doesn't have the same success as you, then he's less successful. And successful people don't want to be like friends with people less successful than them. They want to be friends with people more successful than them. Excuse me. I don't know, dude. It says a bunch of bullshit, man. Yo, tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of streaming for a year. Yeah, Nova. We've officially done it. Well, one day before officially doing it. Literally streaming every single day of the year. Well, showing up. We've missed technically 2 days. The first day that we missed, the Reddit was just not working, and the second day we had like a 18-hour power outage in South Africa. So I was still, I still showed up. I still posted a YouTube video for both of those, but I didn't have an official full stream for those 2 days. So just gonna check my balances, make sure I'm not lying. But we have shown up every single day for this space. What is their name? I've already shared their name at least. Doing it now. He's just behind on love chat. Thank you, Kling. Yeah, I'm very behind. Waffle Maker is here again. Happy Thursday to you. Melters. Ooh, I actually like that. Thank you, Thaffel, for joining us. Ah, sheesh. We got Toasty as your fun. Kira, how y'all doing? We're doing so well. Aiden, how are you, friend? We've missed you, brother bear. I don't want to work for the rest of my life like everyone else. Some reason I want to do something different other than working. What do you want to do, Nova? Like, it's okay to say that. I agree completely, but what exactly is it you want to do? Hello, friend. We appreciate what you send into the world. We appreciate you as well, Kling. Thank you, friend. Hello, brother from Iceland. Thanks for sharing your joy. Aggressive ad, thank you for being willing to receive some of that, my friend. And thank you for sharing your joy back with us as well. Aiden, my dude, how the heck are you, bro? Lol, what do we have? One more day, man. This week has been crazy. Yeah, like, Aaron, this week for me has been a little bit almost like I've been dragged, like there's something attached to my foot, and I'm just kind of going with getting pulled through it. Thank you for the party train. I appreciate that. Lol, right. Then maybe just music. It's silly, but it's kind of do that. Yeah, I've tuned into less than 50 stream. Really? It has only been that much? Damn. I mean, if music is what you feel is the thing, dude, like absolutely continue going with that. Like music is just practice. Puppy for the win. Thank you, Panda, for joining us again, baby dog. Where in the world are you? In South Africa. Aggressive ad. You aren't wrong though. The morning started rough, but the day is getting better. I'm good though. I'm happy to have you here in this moment, my friend. I hope I can make it a little bit better, in whatever way I can. Where are you? The background looks amazing. I'm surrounded by snow in Alaska. I'm in South Africa. United afternoon. I'm happy to be sharing a beautiful summer South African day with you. Yeah, I think he's in South Africa. You are right. Edmund is here as well. Thank you for joining us, Brother Bear. How are you doing? You're the best. There we go. Kind of thinking that I typed the correction. Darth Zombie is here as well. So you're telling me that New Year's, you started streaming on January 1st. Yep. January 1st is when I streamed for the first time. I streamed a few days before the year started, but from the 1st of January, I streamed every single day. And we're going to continue indefinitely. At least, yeah, indefinitely means for as long as it can be done, it will be done. I'm not going to stop. Darth Zombies, again, thank you for the helpful, and thank you for joining us, friend. How are you doing? I made it to Paris. I won't stay. Just saying hello. Saying hello to you right back, friend. Thank you for joining us for even a second. So many friends here today. It's crazy. I'm like a half hour behind Edmund. I'm coming, friends. I'm like climbing the Comment Mountain right now. That was being sent by Toasty. I hate airports. You stop streaming because you have a job soon. What if you no? Like that's the point I'm making, Nova. Like I'm not stopping. I'm never stopping. I'm not gonna stop. Even if I get a job, even if I lose my legs, or even if no matter what, I'm not stopping. The space is important to me, and if I don't show up for it, then it's not gonna be shown up for. You know, Nova, and that's the reality that I'm facing right now. Energy, boom, much gang. So much love to you, Javan. Thank you for being here with us and for sharing this space. It is a friends meet up and talk positivity and deeply share anything you want, but try to be wholesome, not pretty. Join us. We love you. Shell, thank you, my friend. I appreciate your love, Michelle. And thank you for joining us. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing, Toasty? I was thinking about you at work yesterday. I hope you are feeling the love, brother. There we go. I want Puppy. On day 6,000, Mel talks about Earth and where it's headed. I'm looking forward to day 6,000, dude. Like the milestones, one of the biggest days I'm looking forward to is day 4,444. I feel that's going to be a significant one. You know, maybe we'll drop like 444 mics of acid or something. Woo! How old am I going to be by that point? Like in my 30s. I'm going to be like 36 or something. Yeah, I can still do acid when I'm 36, right? I hope so. I hope nobody calls me out. Maybe I'll have a bunch of little STNs running around, little melts. I really appreciate this inquiry today. Selfishly, I want you to stay on plan A. For me, I probably have taken plan B too many times, so I can really appreciate the devotion I see. Ryan, thank you. Genuinely, that is more than I could have ever asked for, Brother Bear. Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. Mm, you will have 400,000 views, and it will be impossible to read it. Oh goodness. Like I'm still worried about that as well, Nova. We'll see what happens when we get there. What is plan B? Plan B is me getting a normal ass job, dude. Me going back into the world, starting a normal job, getting into the vibe of having a job, you know, getting myself an apartment, doing that for 5 years until I can afford myself whatever, a better apartment. Get myself a wife, get myself kids. You know, that's plan A or plan B, I should say. That's plan B. But I don't want to do plan B. It's not for me, dude. Like I want to eventually have a family, sure. But I don't want to get just into this. Okay, then you do this, and then if you do that, then you can do that, and then this. No, like I have to do it a non-traditional way, and I know it's going to be difficult. I know it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows all the time, but I'm willing to experience it because this is what we've chosen. Oh man, I'm scared to live like that, just working. I hated school, then I'm not gonna like working. Dude, I could not with school. I had anxiety, and I still have like PTSD like symptoms just thinking about going back to school, dude. It's crazy. Not even studying, going to university, for example. The school environment, you know, the other people there, the teachers there, the expectations again, the conversations that was had, and if I wasn't resonating with that, couldn't participate. Same with Meltmore. Maybe we'll be famous for music, dude. I want to make music as well, man. I mean, who knows? Who knows, dude? Maybe we'll both be famous. Maybe we can become famous together. You know, you post something, I can share your music, vice versa. We're growing together, friend. We're growing together. This is not a one-sided growth pattern. Wasn't bad. All the people have vaccinations and a negative test abroad. I need to read some like Reddit comments as well. I feel like I'm taking too much time on the YouTube comments. Sorry, Nova. Timestamp comment 32 minutes. Ew, an hour, a half hour ago, dude. I'm so sorry. Do excuse me, friend. I'm so sorry, Shell. Melt, think about before you left for your couple of months in the city. How do you feel you've grown since last sitting in the grass? That's a beautiful question, Toasty. I feel if I've grown in any way, I've grown again in perspective. I've grown in understanding what I value. I've grown in how freedom is affected by the people you have in your life, how you technically allow yourself more freedom or less freedom in certain circumstances, and how knowing again that I have a certain amount of freedom, I want to use that freedom to share. I want to do, starting from next year, about 3 streams a day. At least that's the plan. Maybe even more than that. We're hunkering down even more. Is this the point I'm trying to make? So, like, that's, I feel that's what I've learned, if anything, Toasty. It's just the importance of what we're doing and how important it is to do more of it. Also, being on drugs, while it's cool, made it worse, but I take ADHD medication. Yeah, just like casual meth. ADHD medication. I have so much anxiety and shitty environment. It forced me down to work with people for 6 hours and it's talking. Yeah, me too. Me too, Nova. Like it wasn't. It's not made for us, bro. Like that environment is just not made for humans. So many new friends. It's been too long since I've been on stream. We've missed you, Aiden. It's so nice having you here again, dude. Cheers. We're off to finish our second day at Disneyland Paris. I didn't even know Paris had a Disneyland. I hope it's an amazing time, Dark Zombie is. But really, I just want what is most meaningful for everyone, including you, even if it's plan B. It's not gonna be. That's the problem, Ryan. If I fall, if I give up, if I settle, I'm gonna hate myself for it. And I don't like hating myself. I've hated myself for a long time. I still do sometimes. I know all of us tend to sometimes, but I don't think we deserve that. Flower, thank you for joining us, my friend. Loving the puppies. They're loving you as well. I feel that the universe is constantly reminding me that I don't make the plans, the universe does. There we go, Jovan. Thank you so much for sharing that and for saying that. Airborne Army guys here again. We've missed you, friend. Thank you for joining us. No kidding, man. So many new names to learn. It's crazy. Edmund, it's difficult. Man, a fantastic time. I love watching these little beings learn. It triggers my ASMR. It's so weird. I feel like I were born in something else or something special. You are special, Nova. You are special, friend. It's just difficult for us to find our fit, you know. It's like being this infinitely complex puzzle piece that has a place in this universe, but finding where you fit is very difficult. Hey man, look at you checking on both accounts. Oh, thank you. Yo, Toasty, my bird makes these grinding noises with his beak. And when he goes to sleep, talk about some ASMR. Oh, that sounds amazing. If I'm here because I woke up too early and I was really upset, but then I realized I could make it to the stream. Thank you, Aiden, for taking the time to come here, my friend, in that moment. Genuinely, tomorrow is the day. Yes, you're right. I just switched from Reddit to YouTube, and suddenly here you are in the moment, Sean. Here you are in a moment while I'm still like 31 minutes behind on the freaking Reddit comments. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying. I'm gonna hunker down. When it comes to plans, I try to see it as A, plans aren't something concrete, more like an outline, and B, they're more fluid than one to the next, rather than jarring altercations. What's the most injury? Like I cannot Nova, not right now, dude. I'm sorry, bro. I need to read these comments. I haven't experienced that bad of injuries. Like I've fallen on my head and I had like a cut here on the back of my head, but that's the worst. I've delayed you read the comment before I saw it pop up. I'm just, dude. Like I feel really bad for the people that have been waiting like 30 minutes. It's just like this bitch is never gonna read my comment. And I refuse to let them be right, Nova. I will not. Take your dreams online. Yes, Delinda. Thank you for joining us as well, my friend. They're more fluid than one to the next, rather than jarring alterations. I agree completely with that as well, Ninja. Like, especially if we try and hurt ourselves. Read Reddit for 10 minutes. Thank you. I like your shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Hazard. I appreciate you liking the shirt, friend. I think I'm on plan M or X already. You're so cute. Angela, thank you for joining us again, friend. You've been missed. How have you been? Zoe Zoburb is making himself at home. I'm madly in love with him. Coins I have to spend more. Oh, yeah, so to you friends who don't know, our friend Jovan has this new little creature, gorgeous parrot, colorful blue and oranges. I think in my mind he's blue and orange. Yeah, I might be wrong. He's definitely blue. Has some blue in him. Beautiful bird, like a massive bird as well. And he's been living with Jovan, and he's settling in. And it makes me happy to hear that. Thank you for the helpful. What is your favorite way to meditate? Mediate, mediate or meditate, Sean? Thank you for the helpful, Jovan. Some people look at plans and get so upset when things take a minor deviation, but when you see them as an outline, deviations aren't so bad, and being fluid makes it easier to flow with the river. Technically, the river doesn't even deviate. It will have these turns, and it will have flow patterns, but none of it is deviation. It doesn't have to use any force to move itself in one direction or another. It just goes in the direction that is the direction of flow. And that's the crazy part as well when it comes to plans. We have this a rough outline that we want things to go in, and when the water flows and the environment is in a certain way for the water to flow in a certain way, then we're upset about that. Meditate. My favorite way to meditate is sensory meditation, my friend. Becoming aware of my hearing, my sight, my ability to feel, my smell, and then kind of like running through those, and then becoming aware of my breath, and then going back and forth through that. I have the plan to do something different with my life, and while I'm scared I'll fail and just work for the rest of my life, it's a stupid fear because there's always time to switch it up. Just cause you doesn't work mean it's permanent. You're completely right, Nova. Just don't give up. That's fundamentally what we have to learn is don't give up. Actually believe in yourself. Show up for yourself. Funny to think, we would ever expect a tiny puppy to handle even the weight of knowledge of the world. As humans, those we demanded, right? We demanded, and it's something that we can't even hold. Like imagine an entity that has the ability to understand the complicated, nature of the entire, let's just call it solar system. And you're like, I want to know all of it. And she's gonna look at you as like, bro, you can't. Oh, what do you mean you want to know of it? Like, there's nowhere in this reality that there's some sort of rule or some sort of belief that says that us little monkeys are supposed to understand the universe. Nowhere does it say that. It doesn't say that anywhere. Maybe it's not even a function of this reality. Maybe we're not supposed to understand it. Maybe that's part of the point. Spam, 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 spam. Oh, there's never time in Monty Python quote, but it would be appropriate. Did I miss that one? Hey, you, this is my heart spam, which means I love you. Yes, there we go. Thank you for the silver hope, mind of a cat, especially when we're close to understanding the solar system. Technically, we're close to it. Nah, like, are we? Are we though? Like, we might know of the solar system, but we don't understand the solar system, dude. We don't understand. We don't even understand how to, do certain things in our own solar system. You still have to figure out, if you completely understood our solar system, you'd be able to harvest all of the energy from our solar system. So, an entity that is capable of that level of technology, that level of understanding, is gonna laugh at you. It's gonna be like, bro, relax, oh. You get to be a monkey. You get to eat food, oh. You get to have conversations. You get to experience a bunch of beauty. You don't get to understand the universe, and that's fine. What time is it? It is 15 minutes past 5 right now. It's probably 15 minutes past 1 for you, right, Nova? That's what it's from. So hard, remember the Monty Python. Blessed be. So great. You're such a sweet person, Estian. Brother Bay, thank you. Like you only see in me what you have within you as well. And you know I was gonna say that, but you know that's true. Nope, it's 2:50. You need to go to bed, Nova. It's freaking late, bro. It's so late. How do you stay up that late? Do you like wake up like at 10-ish? Like what is your sleeping schedule like? He's so cute. You're so lucky to have that little lucky dog. Leo, thank you for joining us, my friend. He's dozing, next to me right now. I think it's a little bit hot right now. So he also realized that he was getting heated up. So now he's just laying directly next to me. I think you can see bits of him. Really love you, friends. I love you so much as well, Kira. Melt, this stream is a joy to be a part of. Love you so much. We love you, Flower, as well. Thank you. Thank you for allowing yourself to be a part of the stream. I've said this so much, but if it wasn't for you, each and every single one of you being here, sharing this moment with me right now, then this moment would not be shared. This feeling we have, this understanding, this moment that we're sharing with one another would fundamentally not exist if both of us didn't show up for it. And in that way, every single time you friends thank me or I just wanted to let you know that you're appreciating the exact same way. Have you considered doing a TED Talk? Absolutely, Sean. I will at one point in my life do a TED Talk. I look forward to it, in fact. Oh, I'm watching this. Yes, I wake up late today. I woke up at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Nova. 5 p.m. How do you wake up at 5 p.m.? I love that. I love it so much. I'm not judging you, of course. That's comical to me. That's hilarious. Well, I guess you're in it for the long run now, dude. Petal melt likes his spicy juice. Yes. The juice literally is like, yes. Let's see if we can mildly kill this dude. And I'm like, yes. Mild death. Sign me up, please. Depression, bro. Depression? Are you experiencing depression, Sean? Or do you think that is something I should talk about? Yay time to sleep at 7 p.m. and wake up at 8 p.m. Oh crap, today is New Year's. No, no, yeah, technically for you, today is New Year's. Mm, the end of the old year, easing into the new year. Right, yeah. That's why he woke up at 5 p.m. Not necessarily. It can be, but not necessarily. Sometimes, we're night owls, and that's okay as well. Technically, from an evolutionary standpoint, it makes sense to have both. One group of people stay up at night, taking care of the tribe, making sure things are safe. One group of people stay up during the day, hunting, gathering resources. And if both of them weren't there, then it could endanger the well-being of the tribe, for example. So we all have a place. Here's the short version, said Aaron. I missed my flight out to Las Vegas last week. It was put on a better flight and arrived earlier than planned. Then got sick in Vegas and I had to miss my flight back. So my mom drove me 8 hours home and I got to take something home I wouldn't have been able to if I had flown. So my plan B's have been working out better than my plan A's lately. Aaron, what a beautiful story slash perspective that is to bring, especially with the question, intention, and energy we've been feeling with today's topic. Sometimes the plan B's work out better than the plan A's. Hmm. I like that. Thank you so much for sharing that, man. Genuinely, Aaron. How are you doing? How's your mom actually in that context? I wish I had a tribe. You have a tribe, Sean. Here we are, dude. Tribing it up. We don't have tribes in the traditional way we used to. Hunter gatherer tribes. It was a vibe back then, because we had to be close and we had to trust one another. But this is the way that we're tribing up right now. This is the way of the future. We are technically, literally, transcending space and time right now to have this conversation through this medium. Because normally we would have to travel through space, from one point in space to another point in space, and time, spend X amount of hours to travel in order to have this conversation. And now we are. We are having this conversation without having to do all of those things. Yo, my DNA has Chilean in it, and there's a tribe called Machuche, and there is in my blood. So I guess from the standpoint, it makes sense. I have absolutely no idea what you just said. No, I'm sorry, dude. What? You made me smile really big, dude. Anyway, yeah, okay, okay. You're loved. You're so loved, Sean. Plan B's. Oh shit, Aaron. So you're old account. I didn't see you. Hope you've been well, bro. You're so loved, Aaron. I'm so happy that our friends are saying hi as well. Miss you too, man. Missing all of you. You've been missed, but you've been here. Technically, here where we are right now, this conscious experience, this is where we've been. And I know, I understand, I believe that we're constantly having this conscious experience. This light is being shared into the universe. So no matter where we are, no matter what you're doing, no matter how long in between the streams you show up, I know you're sharing love. I know you're sharing this experience of the experiencing with the rest of the world. So there's no need to apologize. There's no loss, there's no lack. We've missed you and we're happy you're back, my friend. Yeah, my current life plan is plan B. I was gonna be a computer engineer, but now I'm just a hippie dirtbag. Aiden, unironically, I think you might be doing better than you would have done if you were a computer engineer, dude. For what it's worth, and from what I've heard, most of my friends are computer engineers, and not a lot of them are enjoying it that much. Can I FaceTime you? Sean, you can send me a message on Discord and we can talk about that, my friend. Are you African? I live in South Africa, and I was born in South Africa, which is of Africa. So technically, yes, I am African. That's awesome, Arian. And also getting to spend those extra 8 hours of mom. Exactly. That sounds like the best part, actually. You're good looking. Thank you, Ronnie. I didn't get to choose the way that I look. Maybe I did. How is that for a trip? Did we get to choose the way we look? Was I like, scrolling through a bunch of bodies that I could incarnate into, being like, this family is pretty rich, but I'm gonna get a bunch of bias, throughout my entire life because of it. This family isn't as rich, but you'll have a lot of space to do whatever you want to do. This family isn't Christian at all, so they won't belittle you if you try and talk about things that might be esoteric. This, that, and then I collapsed into this life. I chose this life. Did we choose this life? I believe we did. And within infinity, technically every single life will eventually be chosen. And because it's infinity, because it gets chosen, that choice is what's significant. Your life, you having chosen to be here, us being here together right now, that is what's significant. You are it, friend. You're it. You're it. You're here. You're experiencing all of it right now. You kind of bring back that experience, you tune it down a little bit, but you're experiencing all of it. I'm always awake. Lol, I'm Ronnie. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Sean, for letting me know. I'm Chilean, and one of my family members took a DNA test, and there is an indigenous tribe that was in Chile called Mapuche. It's in my blood, so maybe my ancestors stayed up. Oh, okay, okay. Now I get what you're saying. That makes a little bit more sense. Thank you, Nova. I'm always awake. It makes more sense. Like I wouldn't put it past it, dude. Genuinely. My plan B is to grab a bag and head to Haywire Hill. There we go. I'm good, Melt. I'm working on bringing my relations up. Life is beautiful. That it is. That it is. And I'm happy that you are willing to say that, friend, if anything. I've been trying to reach a friend of mine. You know, I've talked about this friend so much throughout this year. Adam, he's not responding to my messages to the point where I'm sending his mom messages. How weird is that? I'm trying to talk to my friend, and because I can't reach my friend, I talk to his mom. The irony in that. And when I talk to his mom, she basically lets me know she doesn't know where he's living. She doesn't know if he's working right now. He hasn't answered their phone calls for Christmas. He hasn't replied to them in like 6 weeks. And I'm like, homie, homie, these are your parents. These are the beings who have spent so much time, so much love, so much, intention in raising you. And now, when they are potentially more worried about you than they ever could have been, you don't let them know, you don't communicate properly. And oh goodness, then I sent his girlfriend the message. Unfortunately, his girlfriend replies to messages. And it's so much drama. It is so much freaking drama. And I feel like it is this perspective of not wanting to see the beauty in life, Aiden. So it makes me so happy to know that you are seeing the beauty in life. Looks so beautiful there today. Ebony, thank you for joining us, my friend. Just look. It really is. It's been so green as of late. I've been really grateful. That's basically my current plan. Join me, Kira. There's a cheetah behind you, Ronnie, Sean. If I had to die by the, I want to say blade of a cheetah, the sharp size of a cheetah, then I think it would be a cool way to go, especially on stream. This is so nutty. Hello, the Gee. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Or that Age. That Age. Thank you for joining us, dude. It's been a while. I've missed you. It's only nutty cause he don't give a Happy New Year, Meltmore. I want to get it in now before the room gets full. Ebony, thank you, friend. Happy New Year to you. We're gonna have a little bit of a New Year dancing stream, I think. As I'm thinking, I tell myself that I know. I want to do something a little bit creative, but we'll see how it turns out. Don't give a fuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it means. Still nutty. Have been thinking of you and hoping you're well. Don't ever go back into a normal job and apartment. Thank you, Ronnie. Sure, I appreciate your encouragement, my friend. Hopefully, we can continue doing what we're supposed to. That's what I hope. I understand that maybe my life mission will change. I understand that maybe things will. We have a word in Afrikaans, openbaar, like open up to me in my life, and I'll have certainty that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But what I'm wishing for, what I'm hoping for, is that I get to do what I'm supposed to do. That's all I'm asking for. You, hi, bro, chill. No, friend, it is hi, bro, you're chill. Thank you for joining us, friend. It's nice to have you here. Mel, you should go get some dead end job for the life experience. I know it will kill you, but it's very worth it. Toasty, like I've worked as a what do you call it? Light steel frame factory worker, where I was holding these light steel frames that were like it took these rolls of I think aluminium rolls, kind of thin aluminium rolls, and then it would fold these aluminium rolls into these frames. And I had to put these frames down as like a part of the job, 6 hours doing that. And then I would dig holes or like, not really dig holes. Like, yeah, technically dig like foundation holes if we were building these light steel frames for people. I had to learn how to operate a CNC machine. I had to learn how to weld properly. I had to learn how to grind things and, make things smooth, make sure my welds are solid. I've done that, Toasty. I did that as a 17-year-old when my dad took me out of school because I didn't want to work, so I had to go and work. Then, as soon as I finished high school, I went and worked a sales job in the AV industry. I worked as a salesman. I sold these microphone, speaker, projector, TV systems to clients, and I would receive a commission based on that. Then that job kind of divulged into me working as services. So the people that I sold these things to, I was now selling services to. So instead of just selling them full products because they already had these products, I was now selling them services to keep these products fixed slash working, if you will. And then I was like driving out to different clients, going and fixing their electronic problems. And I was doing that. I was doing that. I was getting my 2 days to myself, trying to keep my sanity, not eating at the end of the month because I couldn't afford to eat at the end of the month of the salary I was being paid. Then I was like, oh well, this is killing my soul. I need to do something else. Maybe teaching kids. Maybe, giving myself to kids would be the way that I would fulfill myself. So I flied all the way to fucking China for a year and a half, working a full-time English teacher job where I had to plan for classes, I had to prepare materials, I had to create my own flashcards, I had to have these, expectations of teaching material being prepared week in, week out, week in, week out. I had to do demo classes where children who don't even know how to say their own Chinese names yet are now expected to be taught English. So I had to, in the amount of awkwardness that that situation has, try and get these kids to sign up to my school in order for me to be just the part of the teacher job. And that was again absolutely killing my soul. And then coming back from China last year August, I was in this state of shock, Toasty, like genuine shock of like I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself because I don't see myself doing this. I don't see myself continuing. I don't know why. And I like that was in the first few days. I was so grateful to be here again. And it was a growing experience just being able to be in this space again. But I felt lost. I felt I don't know what's supposed to be next. And I went to a music festival and I got to meet someone, Kerry. I haven't had that many conversations with him, but he inspired me. He encouraged me to see the value in it again, to see the value in what we're doing right now. And that's what led me to being where we are right now, Toasty. It's not that I haven't done those other things, dude. It's not that I'm scared of doing those things. I'm just scared of giving up. And this, what we're doing right now, has been the first time ever I've had the opposite feeling of what giving up is supposed to be. I have this drive, I have this momentum, this willingness to show up that I've never had for anything else. And it's difficult for me to, it's impossible for me to give that away, Toasty. I, I don't know what to say, bro. He could be more chill of a human. You can thrive in the university environment. Oh, yes, you can, my friend. You are completely right. I'm not disagreeing with that fact, at all. But if I had to, go to university right now, I would have to pay for my studies myself. And I know that's the way that it is. But again, it doesn't make financially sense to me to do that. For me to get into, $200,000 worth of debt over the next 4 years to get a degree in, chemical engineering, is that going to benefit me? Like my proficiency tests says that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be a chemical engineer or at least a chemist, but I don't want to do that. I it's impersonal. It doesn't bring me feelings of joy. It's fun. It's fun, to work with chemistry, but it's repetitive. No matter what chemistry you're doing, unless you're working for a lab that is constantly trying to prototype new things, your chemistry position is going to be walking into a position. They're going to, and then you're going to do that over and over and over again with exact precision. Because if you don't do it that way, then you're doing it wrong. And if I had to do that, I'm gonna lose my mind. And technically, we're doing in the same way the same thing, every day. We're streaming every day. We're showing up in this space every day. But the topics that we're bringing, the people, you friends that show up, the things you choose to say, the perspectives you choose to bring, the perspective we bring together, the new perspectives that get formed because of our sharing of perspective with one another, it allows me to grow. It allows me to experience what I'm supposed to be experiencing. And I don't know if something else is going to allow me to do that. I've never found something like this, Toasty. And it's difficult for me, dude. You're chill, bro. I drive historian. It's so nice to have you here, friend. Thank you for joining us. I've thought about that recently, Toasty. Drove past a working person and thought, I think I would hate that. I'm curious. Oh, like it's. So, this is what I'm thinking, Jovan. I'm imagining myself getting into a job like that. And I'm just seeing myself like ridiculously intoxicating myself just to cope with it. And I don't want that. My mom just brought Peppy out to come and tinkle. That makes me feel loved and cared for. You are loved and cared for, Ebony. Like, don't ever think anything other than that. Like, genuinely, please. I'm doing much better, thank you. Javan says, imagine all of the different professions and the perspectives that of those daily lives. It's one of those things that reminds me that we all are a part. We, it reminds me that all of us are living in a different reality, quite literally, Javan. And it's like what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to live other people's realities. I was like, oh, look at me, factory worker, like fabrication factory worker. Oh, I'm a fabrication factory worker. You grind things, weld things, Oh, take a USB stick, put it in a CNC machine, press a bunch of buttons, cuts, stuff out of solid steel or, inch thick steel. And I was like, oh, you pretend. And then during the weekends as a 17-year-old, I would just get wasted because I was like, oh, now I get to calm down. I get to relax. What am I going to do? Well, let's not feel anything. So get wasted. And then doing that over and over again and watching myself kill myself doing that. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll finish high school, pretend to be this other character, salesman. Get other people to buy things that they technically don't need. Get them to pay more for the things than they're supposed to for the things they don't need. Get them to, after having paid more for the things they don't need, to get even more things that they don't need. And then get them to pay even more than they need to for that as well. And then what you have to do is do that. Oh, pretend, oh, I'm a salesman, of course. But, oh, what? You like golf, do you? Me too. Look, me too. I also like golf. No! Damn it, look. It drives me insane. It drives me insane. Like, I cannot live someone else's reality. None of us can. None of us can. We have to live our lives. We have to live the lives that have been meant for us. And it's difficult to know. How are we to know? How are we to know other than the certainty that we feel in doing it? How are I don't know. Oh, goodness. You absolutely are loved and cared about. There we go. I'm glad you're feeling better. You want to get on my lap? Dry is here. Literally thought this the other day, driving past the people building a new road from the street from me. I was also wondering what Plan B was, lol. Yeah, Angela. A traditional life. Going back to what I was already doing. The thing that was making me not want to do it, if you will. I was also wondering, dry. He's not a prig. I never knew hippies still existed. We learn something new every single day, Odin. It's nice to have you here, my friend. You're like legendary Pokemon. Yep, but not always. In the 60s, they were common Pokemons. Yeah, they've died out a little bit. I think you can call us the second wave hippies. We like technology. We're like cyber hippies, technomancer hippies. It's a whole new beast, though. I'm good. We are moving soon, and I'm looking for a job. Angela, okay, where are you moving to? Are you moving far away, or is it like a hop, skip, and a jump? In the great chess game of life, we're just pawns, a first on the line to get hurt, but so much more simpler than what we imagined ourselves to be most of the time. Hmm. I like that, actually, Melita. Saying we're pawns if this life is a chess game, is giving us even more agency or more control over this whole thing that we do have. Like we're so small. We're so small in the scale of our planet. Never mind the scale of the solar system, scale of our galaxy, the scale of the universe. We're small. And all I know is that loving one another, sharing time with one another is what's important. Not so much how many monies you have, how many buildings you have, how many vehicles you have. It doesn't bring you joy. No, I cannot invest my life into something that is not going to bring me joy. That I know hasn't brought other people joy. These little dudes. Hey, 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 hey. Stop hurting. It's not really hurting. She's just bullying him a little bit. She's bigger than he is. I'm burning an incense right now called the planet for the space. It's Yang. Someone told me how to say that word, but I've already forgotten again. Lang lang? Lang lang? Let's just say lang lang. Orange and sandalwood. It sounds amazing, Tandy. Is it Tandy? No, it's Waffle Maker. It sounds genuinely amazing. Thank you for lighting an incense stick with us and for sharing your time, your space, your presence with us here. Mom and I both have COVID, so yeah, it's been great to spend some time. Whoa. So it's been great to spend so many hours talking with her, and we're hardly fighting. So much love, love to all of the moms, love to all of the moms. My mom just came out, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, Erin. I had COVID as well. My entire family had COVID as well. Now recently in this December. What was your COVID like? Bodily pain, some headache, and was it also kind of short acting? Is what I'm curious about. A Shark Duck is here again saying, Melt my dude. Always good to see you on spreading positivity. Shark, thank you, friend. Thank you for the love that you share, the positivity that you're sharing back with us as well. So much love coming your way. Hey, Nancy is here as well. Hey, Melt, finding your stream has been a 2021 delight. Much appreciated. Are you going to continue on the daily in 2022? That's the plan, Nancy. That is the plan, my friend. We've opened this space, and through showing up in this space, I have found that this is one of the things I found very valuable, very, very worthy of my time, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here with me this year. I look forward to seeing you again in the new year. Hey, bro, do you know Phineas and Ferb? I do. I do, Odin. Did you know Phineas and Ferb weren't the main characters of the story? They weren't even the second two main characters of the story. You're like, what? Yeah, Candace. Candace is the main character. Candace and Perry the Platypus slash You know, Dr. Doofenshmirtz. They're the main characters of the show. Because, you know, what makes a show is development. Phineas and Ferb never develop. They never experience any difficulty. They just get whatever they want. You know, things just happen for them. They're not the main characters. It's a trip. Listed, instead of tribe, I say home, in which we're all welcome to drop in. No tribalism allowed, but unconditional welcoming. I'm idealistic. Shell, I appreciate that so much. I agree. I agree. You know, tribalism and this us versus them mentality is very much something that hurts us. So I couldn't agree more. Thank you for saying that. Actually, Poopy P, what an interesting name. Puti the Brai. Just put it on and forget about these chicks. I tried to read your message in a little bit of a South African accent. I'm not really thinking about chicks, actually, dude. Not at all. Like, I feel with the amount of shit that's happening in my mind, there's no room, dude. I cannot even imagine where I have to fit a whole other person. Like, I'm not ready. Not even close. Oh yeah, I'm glad I'm not a computer engineer. This life situation I've gotten into is the happiest version of me. Or at least it has the capability to be so. You got this, Aiden. You know, it's all you, bro. Literally, it's just all you, man. Where are you? Where are you at? It's beautiful. I am at in on South Africa right now, my friend. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you here. Cars and furries. Interesting combination of likes, but I respect and love you nonetheless. James Webb and quantum computing should hopefully help us understand more about our universe. Yep. James Webb is literally going to peer into the infancy of our universe. You know, when light takes a very long time to travel, it eventually gets redshifted. And as a result of that redshifting, most of the information is captured within the infrared spectrum. So the James Webb Telescope has gold reflectors, you know, one of the best reflectors of infrared light, and it's going to be capturing these infrared, you know, spectrums of our universe that go back to the dawn of time. We're going to see the infancy of our universe, and it's going to be breathtaking. I literally cannot wait to see the photos. It's going to be so cool. There was a time in my life that I wanted to join the Navy. Also gave up music to do so. Clearly things went differently, and that is something I will never regret. I agree completely, Brother Bear. Man, Edmund in the Navy. I'm just imagining Edmund with a very short haircut, you know, his Navy outfit. Him being at sea for months at a time. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you, Edmund, for sharing that with us as well. The spiritual god Haywire Hill. For a man that calls himself Haywire, he's rather chill. Reddit throwaway. I appreciate you coming in so hot, you know, scorching my eyes, skin, and, you know, internal organs instantaneously. I appreciate you. I don't consider myself a spiritual god. And Haywire Hill is the subreddit we're streaming on right now. It has been created by a beautiful other streamer friend called Uncle Becky, who owns and lives on Haywire Hill. And he created this subreddit as the home of wholesome, you know, a space in which we can share together. And here we are, sharing together. Thank you, friend, for your love, though. I appreciate you so much. Sending you all my love. So chill that he prefers to go by Meltmore. Yes, thank you. Thank you. For a man that calls himself Haywire Hill. Yeah, Meltmore is the name that I have chosen for myself. Technically, and it keeps changing. Like, Meltmore to me is a mantra, first and foremost. The way that I use it in my personal life is as a confirmation slash instruction. If I'm anxious, if I feel I need to do something, I need to move, I need to change something, I just tell myself, just melt more. You know, melt more into being, melt more into being, melt more into being. And if I remind myself of that, it helps a lot for that. But the way I've been thinking about the Melt More name is within this context of infinity, where I consider my perspective as only one in an infinite set of infinities. And my perspective into this universe is one that I get to share. And if you choose to share yours with me as well, you're the more in that infinity of melt more, where I would be melt and you are the more. You're the one that makes this experience more than a singular one. Instead of me just being with myself, thinking about something, talking about something, we create this infinite loop by us showing up for one another. And yeah, this name, it's stripping me out because the more I think about this name that we've chosen for this space that we show up in, the more similarities, the more synchronicities, the more information that kind of gets attached to it. I appreciate you, Sky Banks. Mike Will, you'd be surprised, friend. You would be surprised. Maybe at one point in my life, I was in a long term relationship, and that long term relationship was very much a sexual one. But I feel I got to have that relationship early in my life so that sexual energy wouldn't bother me anymore. So now I kind of find myself in a state of extreme calm when it comes to that. Try cybersecurity. Are you talking to me? I should try cybersecurity? Like, I actually have a friend that wants to go into cybersecurity, but apparently it's a bit of a nightmare. Feet on the ground, Melty, you really bring inspirational words into profound context by telling us about your own life struggle. Shell, I'm just a person. That's one of the things that I would really like to establish in these streams as well. I don't consider myself special or more special or like an infinitely wise being that everybody needs to fall down and worship. I'm just a human being, and sharing my human being experiences, my human being difficulties, my human being understandings of things, in my opinion, allows us to feel a little bit of closeness, community, understanding with someone else in a way where we're like, oh, I'm not alone when it comes to these feelings. I'm not alone when it comes to seeing the world in that way. I'm not alone. And even though there's so many of us, hey, even though there's so many of us, on this planet, we still find ourselves feeling alone. We can feel more alone than ever in the middle of a crowd. And that's what we're trying to do here, Shell. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sharing that with me. I hurt ridiculously deeply sometimes. It reminds me of duality. It can hurt that deeply. How deep can love, if I can hurt that deeply, how deep can love be? Sometimes that's the thought that keeps my feet knocking on the ground. I feel that way as well, Jovan. Genuinely, I get pretty sad sometimes, where I feel like I'm dying. So if I can feel that sad, if I can feel that deeply into pain, then I know that there is the same depth waiting for me in love as well. And I know that love is true. I've seen that love as truth, in so many situations and so many perspectives that I cannot not see it that way anymore. Hey, hey, stop. No, stop. Oh goodness! I caught him just before he fell down. Oh goodness, dude. Saved your life. Saved your life, you little monster. Ouch! Ouch! Put you down on the ground. Play with him here. Hey, puppy long stockings. Is your mushy? Is your mushy good? What's your movie? Hello, puppy. Hello, puppy, puppy. Hello, puppy. How's your mush? Going to you much, much, much. Going to you much, much, much. Going to you much, much. Much, 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 much. Ow! 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 I just hear the as it's pulling hair out of my head. Thank you. Thank you, little monster. I heard ridiculously. We deserve to love ridiculously as well, Jovan. I hope you know that. I know you know that. Try cybersecurity every day is different. Oh, okay. I guess that would be the case, but I guess that's also what makes cybersecurity an absolute nightmare as well, right? You are exactly where you're supposed to be. That we are. We cannot be anywhere else. You know, if I wasn't here in this moment right now, I would not be playing with Puppy in this moment right now. You know, and then this puppy-ing experience would just be lacking. There would just not be this. Hey, stop eating the cushion, you little monster. Mushy, 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 mushies. Mushy, mush, mush. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Uh. Uh. Hey. Ah! Oh, those are my fingers. Little monster. Little monster always needs to eat something. Oh, you want to leave? Okay. Just goes to laying on my legs. Go follow her. Go follow her. I'm happy that you showed us that of the beginning of this year. It's been such an insane journey of growth so far. Jovan, I'm constantly blown away. I'm constantly blown away, and I'm trying to be aware as well because I feel it's almost too much sometimes. It's always too much. I must go for now, friends, and I will see you all again soon. You're loved more than you know. We appreciate you, Aiden. Thank you for sharing your love with us today, my friend. We'll see you again. Hey, hey, hey. Little dude comes and seeks solitude. Well, not solitude. Safety. With me again. Harbor. Safe harbor. Give me them safe harbors. Little cutie. Suffering and love are both a choice. It's easy to get lost trying to understand and justify the negative things we've been through. Knowing when to stop helps immensely. Oh, that's a good point. That's such a good point, Ninja. You know, I saw that as well. Don't bite me. On my most recent mushroom experience, I had like maybe less than 1 gram, and it was the most difficult experience I've ever had. And it was kind of followed by me feeling a little bit sorry for myself. And then I went into that mushroom trip, and the mushroom trip showed me how sorry I can feel for myself. And then it also showed me that you're feeling it. You're the one choosing to feel this. You're like, you're not a victim. You're not somehow, at a loss or somehow cursed or somehow evil or somehow this or somehow that because you're feeling this. You're feeling it. You. You are feeling it. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, you're completely right, Ninja. You're completely right. Feeling this so deeply, sister. Yeah, see you tomorrow, bro. 365. 365, yeah. Today's 364, so tomorrow is 365. Tomorrow is day 365. 365, so Bobsy get Bobsy is. There's your Bobsy get Bobsy. He's just like chewing on my shit. I'm gonna chew on you. The hair. Monster. No monster. Okay. Mm-hmm. Damn, girl, fine. Mel's gonna suck it to you one more time. From the window to the bar. To the fractals. Tripping. Yes, yes, yes. One entire trip around the sun. One entire trip around the sun. Showing up every day for what we believe in, Toasty. I've never shown up every day for what I believe in. I'm happy to finally do that actually. Are there any mindfulness or meditation instructor courses you could get to teach to others and charge an exuberant amount for? Ninja, Brother Bay. Maybe I am too doubtful of myself. Maybe I am doubtful that people would be interested. Maybe I don't want to charge people. Maybe I feel people don't want to be charged. Maybe people don't have enough money right now to be charged. All of these things, as soon as I think about stuff like that, come to my mind. But I have to try and make a living somehow. And it's difficult. I would love your friends' input. That could be one way. I'm gonna keep making art. But this year, the plan, if things work out the way that I hope it will, the plan is to create a bunch of artwork that I could actually hopefully sell. So we'll see. That's part of the plan. I want to finish my book this year, which I can hopefully sell, which we'll see if that's gonna sell as well. So like there are plans, Ninja. And ideally, short term, I want to go mobile, be able to share these streams, be able to share South Africa with your friends, and while doing so, be able to, talk to young people in high schools. That's my short term goal. Longer term goal is to create a company based around services for human beings. Services like massages, yoga classes, spaces in which people can, just smoke a joint together if that's what they feel like doing. Space in which you can go and go for like a float tank type of session. Space in which you can uh, like just melt more, quite literally. A space in which you can melt more. But I'm gonna need a lot of capital to realize something like that in a physical environment. But it's gonna happen. Is it gonna happen next year? Maybe not. Is it gonna happen in 10 years? Maybe not. It's gonna happen eventually. Absolutely. Because we're not giving up. You know, Instead of having just a plan A, we have a plan B, for example. We have a structured plan. One thing leads into another, leads into another. Sure, it can be seen as an entire plan B, but we have to stake the steps of step A point one, step A point two, and then before we reach the plan Bs. I have one of those high pressure jobs, and when I lack motivation, I remind myself that there are working people who are waiting for me to put my widget into a machine so that they also get paid. I'm doing my best to make a plan, to make plan. I'm doing my best to make plan a success emotionally. I negotiate unlimited vacation so I don't clock in or out. I'm happy to hear that, Shell. At least they're being respectful of you and they value you as a, employee as well. Oh my goodness! How's it, man? Negative reindeer. Has it been forever since I've seen you, my friend? Thank you for joining us. Slack om je today, man. Babalaka. My brother joined the Navy, and it just solidified the fact that I made the right decision. He doesn't regret joining, but he is so ready for his contract to end. That says more than enough. Edmund, thank you for sharing that. Hey, it's the OG. He says, "Hey Mel, sorry I got lost in the game. Much love, my brother. You don't have to apologize ever. Ever, ever. You know that, Theo. You are perfectly free, brother Bay. Infinite consciousness, experiencing infinity. You know, the fact that you could spare a time, spare a second of time in this place is worth so much. Thank you. That's hilarious. Cheers, mate. Enjoy the pop. Thank you, Desperate Ad. Good afternoon, it's the management Annie. Management Annie. Lisa? How long has it been, friend? I've missed you. I've missed you so much. It's so nice to see you again. Hey, talking about friends we haven't seen in a while. So Noah's here as well. Oh my goodness, my friend. You got a puppy. Congrats. That's going to be your friend forever. That's the plan. You know, this little girl has been a little bit of a feist machine. A feist machine? She's been feisty as of late. But I love her so much. And she has a little friend over called Simpson, who is technically not our puppy, but it's been wonderful watching them play. Technically, she's like 2 weeks older than he is, so she has a mass advantage. So she's bullying bullying him a little bit. But it's so freaking cute. Oh, these little creatures, absolute delights. Co-creators of both life and this experience that we're having together right now. Like this experience would not quite be as full if they weren't here right now with me. I love you guys. I have to go be productive now. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to you, Edmund. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate your time, friend. You've been so appreciated as of late, man. Those are amazing goals. Good luck. You got this, Mel. Thank you, Lisa. Step by step, you know, it's difficult for us to always see the middle steps, but we have these big steps, you know. But if we only base our value, only base our enjoyment of life based on taking those big steps or reaching the place in which we can take that big step, then we're not going to allow ourselves to enjoy the walk, you know, enjoy the actual process of moving towards taking those big steps. I know, Melt. I'm just bringing trying to help. I know money is always an issue for the majority of people, but teaching mindfulness to others is something I could see you being very good at. And only charge larger corporations and do corporate sessions. Hmm. Ninja, now you are speaking a language that I feel I very much resonate with. Maybe I should, you know, create a mindfulness class. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ninja. I appreciate you, friend. Like, you are actively inspiring me right now. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. There's so much in that as well. Like, you could technically create a whole class around it. I almost died. What is Cookie? Tell me, friend, how did you almost die? And how does it feel being alive after having almost died? I think that's even better of a question. Nice to share the space with you. We've missed you, friends. We've missed you as well. So much, my friend. It's so nice to have you. To be productive. Lisa's here. Lisa's here. Hey, sister. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining us again, my friend. Lovely seeing you all today. See you again tomorrow. Going to meet my mom before she drives home. Erin, I think it is as good as time as ever, friends. I appreciate you so much for sharing this space, this time, this moment, this plan with me today. I hope to see you friends again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. I love you. I appreciate you. King Co, hey to you. Sorry for like tuning out just as you're tuning in. I love you, friends. I appreciate you. Counterpart, Melt Club. What's your Discord? You can find the Discord in this little account, friend. If you press on my face or my little lion that Toasty drew for me, you can click on my name. My name is gonna take you to my main profile. Underneath my main profile, there's gonna be a Discord button. I'm sad now. King Co. No. Absolutely no sads. No sad whatsoever. Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. Nudge, nudge. Hippie, hippie. Guru, guru. I love you, friend. I'm sorry. Tune in tomorrow, dude. Like technically, like we've been streaming for 2 hours today. Usually it's like 1 hour streams, man. You must know. Huh? I just joined. We'll see you again, friend. We'll see you again, King Co. Like you have to be earlier, dude. 2 hours earlier. Can you do that? Okay. I'm gonna see you again. I feel bad now. You're making me feel bad, King Co. How dare you? I love you, friends. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye, my friends. So much love to you.